2018 GSL Season 2 Codes Overgrowth.
Welcome back to the GSL Codes. We just had such a sick match. No regret.
Very sick. I'm very proud of him.
Yeah. Zanster played pretty out of his mind against Maru. Actually, should have won game 1. Game 2 was a good game. No question there.
I wish I had the opportunity to talk to him, you know, like to see how he's feeling, what his like feeling of those maps were, because I think you can get a lot of information off of that, like how he's feeling right now for his next match. But
yeah, well, I think he was feeling okay, to be honest. I kind of saw a smile on his face even when he lost.
Right.
Like, I think he's thinking to himself, oh, I'm actually pretty good at StarCraft.
Close game against the best.
No wonder I do this for a living.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Of course, our next match, Bunny against Deer. Deer, a former GSL champion, Royal Rotor. This guy, he's kind of a funny Protoss, right? Because he does very well, but as well as he does, he's more respected than he does well, if this makes sense to you. Like, everyone, every pro I ever talked to is like, yeah, Deer is so good. Yes. He's so sick. But, and then he only gets like round of 4 or round of 8.
It's a similar thing to Zest, too. Like, obviously, they deserve it at a time in their career. But obviously both super sick, super good still. Just I wouldn't say best Protosses, you know?
Yeah, certainly. Stats gets that without any, or maybe.
I'm very curious. I think these players are quite evenly matched though. Like, I think we can give a slight edge to either or.
Okay.
But I think both players can definitely win this series.
Well, Backwater's our first map. I'm actually surprised and Bunny chose that. Okay, let's do it.
That's very surprising.
Right, in the top left.
It is.
Titan EX1, Bunny.
Bunny.
My timing's good.
Yes, very well. Very well done. Super surprised that he chose Backwater.
I am too. I can't wait to get into into it.
Deer.
And, of course, the highly respected and ghosted Deer. But, okay, so talk to me. What is your take on Backwater?
I'm not a really expert here, but I feel like when you take Backwater as Bunny, you kind of expect the Protoss player to play that passive game and take the third base and you know, potentially go up to Colossus or whatever. So I'm kind of curious to see if Bunny takes the aggressively macro-oriented strat or the aggressively timing attack-oriented.
Yeah, like, I think you have basically a perfect understanding of TVP. So don't ever say that you're not an expert ever again.
We'll see. I'm very curious though. Like if you see Deer pick this map as first, you're not surprised. That is a very standard Protoss pick on this map.
And just to make this clear for people who don't understand, basically Backwater, you have one entrance to your natural that guards your main, your natural, and your third base. Right. So like, you have one attack point that you have to defend. It makes it so easy against Terran, but we do see some losses here from Protoss where you take those bases rather quickly, and your opponent boxes you in, whether that's like siege tanks or liberators or something like that.
Yeah.
And Bunny specifically is known for siege tank timing pushes in TVP.
Right.
So I think you're probably right, and I think that's probably what he's going to be up to.
Yeah, I would like to see it. I think there's also some potential, like the way this map works with your, there's a base next to the main that you can actually abuse as well with tanks and stuff. We don't see it that common, but like these are things that you can consider as a Terran player as options. So I would like to, I'm very curious to see what Bunny's plan is on this map. He has to have a plan to pick this map, I think, though.
Yeah, well, if this is map 1, normally you don't pick a map that's hard to get it out of the way in the best of 3. You hope to not even have to play that map, already have your win under your belt.
Oh, here's the first thing that potentially
here it is.
It's strange.
The proxy Stargate.
Yes. I'm wondering if this is for Medevac or Liberator or what. It could be.
It has to be a Liberator, right?
It could be.
Oh, a second factory?
Yeah. This is
Cyclones.
This is going to be something for sure here.
Right? So you would think that has to be for Cyclones, but he could float it in and rally out Widow Mines. But now that you can see Widow Mines after they explode, I think that would be weak.
This could be interesting if Deer scouts the black of a starport, but a factory here, he may think that it's a proxy starport, just like we thought.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to, though, right?
Yeah,
you can't ever get up the ramp. But yeah, you could see him scout for a proxy starport anyways. Like, that's definitely a possibility.
I wonder if he saw that mine.
Oh, I'm not sure, actually. Where'd that adept go? Okay, it's actually shading over to the right. Going back into a
I'm a little bit surprised to see that. I guess you can't really scout. Yeah, this is a Cyclone for sure.
Okay, and actually, this is an important thing to bring up. In the last GSL, Deer, like, it was actually the saddest, most pitiful games I've ever seen when he played against Cyclone.
Right.
Like, his opponents attacked him with, like, a Cyclone.
Right.
And he died every time, terribly. Like, just, there would be like a Cyclone and a Hellion and a Reaper. It was just like this low group of units that other Protosses aren't really dying to, and he died to it every time.
Oh, he's going for the push, but he's kind of left wide open for the... Oh, he saw that there's lack of SCVs there. That's immediately, I'm assuming, is why he sent it back without really kind of exploring the option of continuing to kill workers.
Okay, something is coming from right now. Did he just barely miss scouting that?
I think he saw it.
No, he's still going north. He didn't see it.
Okay.
Oh, or he's going around to the main.
I felt like he was trying to save energy to use it defensively, though.
Okay, there's no shield battery. He's just going to die.
Yeah, this is not what you want to have. He still has a third base coming up, too.
This is actually the complete story of Deer's PBT so far this year.
This is so unfortunate.
It's so sad, actually. I don't want to say these things, but they're actually true, so I have to.
I guess this explains why he picked Backwater. Like, we see the third base. Oh, he does get on top of these.
Okay.
But he's losing some of these Cyclones. He does clear this up. Is he going to be able to clear up these?
He's going to run out of mana before he actually kills them all, isn't he?
He might, yeah. Looks like he looks like he clears it up.
Yeah,
and he has you know what I'm really surprised is? He didn't cancel his third base, which is extremely surprising, in my opinion.
Well, I think even if he had, what's he going to make, 4 shield batteries or something, right?
I guess. I just feel like there's no reason to have it.
Yeah.
like, if you hold this, you're in a pretty good spot, but...
Well, he held it, and now he has 3 Nexuses,
yeah,
and like there were 4 SCVs pulled, so there's like lost mining time there as well. Okay, so I mean, that started looking really bad, and then the 3 Oracles just kind of cleaned up, so good on Deer. I guess filling in some of those holes, because I swear, guys, if you go back or if you remember those games before, it was kind of these shocking moments, where it was like, his opponent, the very first attack, which was meant to be a pressure, killed Deer like 4 times or something.
I feel like Deer knew immediately what it was.
Yeah.
Like, usually when you use your Oracle, like, you don't cancel it like that when you kill more SCVs.
Yeah.
Like, the reason why he canceled it is to save up energy for the defense.
Yeah.
So it made sense to me that he saw it, but he didn't react by building a shield battery, which is quite surprising.
Yeah, you really do want to shield battery.
He's right-clicking his army. He just loses 2 Stalkers for free. That's really bad.
Who uses move commands anymore?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know.
That's so strange. This Stasis Ward could save his life, though, if he ever really pushes into it. The Terran players are so over-eager, and they're just like, I have to kill him now.
Yeah, well, that might actually be true here for Bunny. He's just now getting his starport up. He's down a base. He didn't really kill that much. Look at his worker count, 37 SCVs.
He does have a 3rd orbital on the way, like, so he should be able to land it. I don't know where it is. It's probably in the main right now. Oh, there's a Widow Mine here. Ooh, nice Widow Mine, but nothing really here to support it. He could have killed more SCVs still. Does lose one of his oracles, but yeah, that was okay.
Yeah, 2 oracles for that. Definitely not any good for Deer. Deer kind of just walking around the map with a group of stalkers at the moment, keeping that pressure on. I really think this is a good idea for him to get into this Colossus or Disruptor tech.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I feel like the game is his at this point. Like, he can do what he is most comfortable doing. Yeah, which is like a really big thing for Protosses.
Well, especially in a situation like this, I think in PBT, if you get like early upgrades and you get like Blank or Charge or something like that, you can fight against Terran head-to-head. But if you don't have those pretty darn early, you need splash damage. There's you know, one or the other. And the fact that he like doesn't have those upgrades as of this moment, I think he would end up losing a normal game. So
it always feels bad too, because you always barely hold on when you're behind like that.
Yep.
And you feel yourself dying over time because you don't have the efficient trades you need.
Yeah.
But I feel like Deer is in the position where he can do what he wants, which is nice, because a lot of Protoss players are kind of forced into tech paths that they don't necessarily want to do, but they need to do to survive. And we don't see that.
A couple medevacs going towards that main base now. Blink is on the way, as well as a Colossus.
The scouting pylon should see this, as long as he's going straight through the side here.
We'll see if he goes all the way to the bottom. Oh, he went all the way to the bottom, so that's going to miss it. You do have that high ground there.
Yeah.
Protect
surprisingly
vision.
You'd build the pylon then, if you could just skirt around it anyways.
You know, when you're moving quick, sometimes you'll skip doing the all the way down to the bottom thing. And in fact, it looks like he wants to time it out with some pressure going up to the front.
this is always the thing you should do with a drop, like especially against a good player. Is like a good player is never just gonna be like, what, was there something in my main? Like, do I need to react to that?
Yeah, I would agree.
Wow, that was a fast reaction time. Yeah. That was very fast. And he gets the Revelation on him too, so that's really nice. I don't know what Deer has in his main right now, but I assume he has some drop protection, something.
I don't know about that. He might. He hasn't used a recall yet, so as long as he has the mana, he can do that.
Oh, he sees
it. Yeah, but that. Did you actually see that? You know.
Looks like he.
4 Stalker's Organ. Yes, he did. Okay. Yeah, single cannon.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is really nice. He should get one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's huge.
If he had a shield batter here, this would be really one-sided.
I think it's one-sided enough for him.
Yeah. I mean, he gets to choose. Like, obviously, this is not good for Bunny, but he didn't lose everything, so that's nice, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you are ever the optimist here.
Yeah, I like being optimistic. There is a stasis ward here.
Ooh.
I feel like that would never really do much in the drop. It should just catch, like, oh, he gets the full drop off before using it, though. It's also really weird positioning. Oh, is it gonna go off? I guess not.
No, he's just not gonna go anywhere near it.
You can use the shield battery to kill the Nexus for a little bit, but I guess it doesn't really make sense. It's just gonna lose it anyways.
Well, the counterattack coming up. It's a little bit of a base trade scenario here. A much bigger army from Deer, though.
Yeah. I think this always favors Deer, just because he can defend and he can recall if he ever feels like he's in a real trouble here. This is really nice, yeah.
Yeah, Bunny's actually getting quite a bit done. In fact, that group of Marauders might be able to clear all the Stalkers at the natural, and he holds on to the high ground here.
For sure, this is going really well.
He warped in a few more units, so does end up holding on at his own natural. That's good, but the Cyclones did some serious damage.
Yeah, and Bunny isn't actually losing any bases, right? Oh, he saved all the SCs at the third, too. That's really nice.
Yeah, he might lose his command center, though.
Is this Nexus going down here? No, it's not. Oh, he is going into Disruptors. This can actually be, like, very hard for Bunny to deal with, too. Oh, the Stasis Ward does go off.
Look at that guy. He's tweaking out right now.
Yeah, this is a really awkward position to be in. Like, we can't say for sure either player is in a good spot for this. Like, I think both players have their own edge. Like, the fact that Bunny is able to save the CCs and his workers there is really nice. He also has the ability to drop.
Well, he lost 1 CC, right? So he's on 2 CC. The 1 Nexus lost here for Deer, so he still has 3 Nexuses.
Okay, so this is definitely an edge to Deer then.
Yeah, I would say so.
I thought he saved all his SCVs, or CCs.
Especially in a situation like this, like, he still has his Colossus, and he's actually making Disruptors. It's like such a nice, cheap form of detection for him here.
Right.
I mean, not detection, of splash damage. Look at that, 3 Colossus even.
Oh, this could be really nice. How many Stalkers are there here?
Yeah,
he can blink on top of this, but he didn't. I don't even think Deer knew about this, that his army was about to catch all these medevacs.
No, I don't think that was planned necessarily, but
yeah, that obviously is really good. Oh, he gets the other cities, or the medevacs too. This is really, really good for Deer now.
Yeah, everything going wrong for Bunny.
Also, there's just no medevacs here.
Not just no medevacs, but 4 Vikings. This is something that I kind of go on tirades about. When I see like 2, 4, 6 Vikings, I really just shake my head because the battle will be over before any Colossus really die.
Right. You either have the critical mass of Vikings or have none at all, because tickling the Colossus doesn't do anything for you.
They just laugh because you're tickling them.
Oh, he does have a disruptor ability right now, but he's not using it.
Well, he's kind of crushing everything.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. The battle's basically over. 1 Colossus is dead.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting tickled, I guess.
Okay, Deer taking out Bunny there. It was a kind of nice game, though. At first, I thought that the Proxy Cyclone was going to do a lot more.
For sure.
It seems like Bunny was, like, kind of trying to do too much during that rush. If we go back and kind of remember in our mind's eye, right? He comes in with the whole set of units. He starts making 2 bunkers immediately. A couple of his Cyclones go way up to the front, and then a bunch of his units are in the back. I think that this is the type of composition, especially in the early game, that you want to keep a little bit more balled up and microing backwards. Don't let the probes come up, surround, things like that.
I think if you look at it from Bunny's perspective, you see 3 Adepts and you're just like, well, I can just do whatever I want with this, right? Yeah. So he's just like super overeager and then loses his army, like not expectingly seeing 3 Oracles here.
You can tell he did his homework on Deer as well, right? Because Deer in his previous GSL matches just fell over to not even double factory Cyclone, but single factory. So maybe he looks at that and says, yeah, see, this is so easy.
Right. He's just like, I expected this.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's what Bunny wanted. Like, I don't think anything could have been better for Bunny. There was a 3rd base. There was no shield batteries. Only 3 Adepts. Like, that was definitely what Bunny wanted. So props to Deer for defending it.
Totally.
Fight!
The studio's a lot of people in it. lot of Zanster fans out there.
No regret. We call them fansters, okay? A lot of fansters in the audience tonight.
Titan EX1, Bunny.
Really nice guy, Bunny, by the way. Talked to him a lot.
Seems
very nice.
Deer.
All right, Acid Plant.
Right. This is Deer's pick, too, so...
Well, what else is he to pick? He already picked the map he wanted in map 1.
I bet Deer was like, what? You picked Blackpink? Or Blackwater?
Yeah,
Blackwater?
he's like, so I get to play my 2 favorite maps in a row? That's pretty sick. There's no way that a Protoss doesn't like Backwater against Terran.
It's good, though. Like, surprisingly, we knew something was up, right? So I'm surprised Deer didn't just know something was going to happen like that.
I know, right? It seems super obvious, but the thing is, Bunny is kind of known, again, for two-base timing pushes with tanks. He's done a lot of those in the past. So maybe he thought it would just be a timing push type situation.
And obviously he was prepared to deal with the proxy factor even though he didn't see it.
Yeah.
So maybe he was just more confident than we were.
The fact that he didn't make a shield battery is still kind of shocking to me.
It's shocking.
I feel like anytime you're getting rushed, just make one.
It's shocking because he saw it really early.
Yeah.
Like he potentially could have had the shield batteries reactively built to deal with it. So.
Yeah. Like when he saw no SCVs there and he turns around and stuff. But then he turned around again, so I think he maybe confused himself even.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he knew immediately that it was going to be something crazy. Like you don't, like I said, you don't just stop your Oracle beam when you can kill all these SCVs if you feel like you aren't going to need it defensively.
Well, to be fair, there was an SCV and a mule there, right? Left over at the natural. Right. Well, that's one of those situations, right? I'm sure you run into this a lot where someone gets an adept into your natural or something and sees that you only have 4 drones.
Yeah.
And you're like, uh-oh, he knows.
Yeah, pretty much. That's when you're like, okay, it's time.
Where'd those larvae go?
All those lings that are sitting near his nat, it's time to go. But
here, I got a strat for you, no regret. No charge, okay?
Okay.
You have like 26 drones mining in your main until you get rid of that adept. Then you send them down to your natural.
That's a genius move.
That's a genius move.
Or you know what
Zest will have so many shield batteries, then you take more bases. No
That's
problem.
a genius move. Or you could just send all your workers from your main down to your nat, and he'll think, oh, a fully saturated base.
That's true, yeah. You almost never get the adept all the way up, and then all your larvae. Oh, man. Look at you, doing me one better right there. Well, see, mine's the macro one, and yours is the cheese one. Look at that. Yin and yang here.
We should both just be coaches.
One day.
Yeah, we could sit behind the foreigners and coach them. Get a GSL victory under our belts.
I think that wouldn't work well. Like, no, you got to play the macro. And be like, no, look at this cheese. Like, get more ahead. You're like, kill them.
Yeah, now that I think about it, that might not work too well.
Okay, so let's take a look at what builds we're seeing. It looks like a much more standard opening from Bunny. Deer, on the other hand, well, it isn't really the other hand because he is doing a standard play.
Deer's also doing a standard thing. Deer has full map awareness too, so he knows exactly how this game is going to be going so far. Yeah. He should know that he's not getting proxied or anything.
The first Oracle coming out, as long as he doesn't lose that, totally solid. But he's actually going for Phoenix after this.
Right.
And obviously that's very good against a quick draw.
Yeah. It's just a good defensive play, I think, in general.
And even getting that very, very quick Robo as well. The second Phoenix. Now, the second Phoenix with a Robo, I find that kind of interesting.
I agree. I don't necessarily see the advantage of getting a second Phoenix.
Yeah, the thing is, there are still Phoenix builds. Like, sometimes people go Adept Phoenix nowadays. We've seen it a little tiny bit. Right. It hasn't had great results.
If we see a third
Phoenix, Robo?
If we see a third Phoenix, then I would say that's... Okay, we do see a third Phoenix. Now I'm very confused, honestly.
I mean, in the old days, if you saw Robo and Phoenixes, it would mean Phoenix Colossus, which was a very solid build, even up through parts of Heart of the Swarm.
Right.
But no longer. We definitely don't see that anymore. So I am a little confused.
I'm guessing it's a Robo Bay. Or, yeah.
Okay, Phoenix Colossus it is.
Yeah. I'm wondering if he'll stop at like 5 Phoenixes, or if he'll continue producing them in like high numbers.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of different ways that you can go about trying to play a game like this.
For sure.
We've seen in the past people go like just mass Phoenix on 2 Stargate into it, and then of course like you can just sit here on a handful of Phoenixes and just clean up harassment. The thing is, it's not the meta now, but it doesn't necessarily matter if something is the meta or not if it's solid
I agree.
You know, just from a strategic standpoint.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
You have this is your mobility for stopping harassment, and you can do a little bit of harassment like we see, but and then you got your splash damage. It's like there you go.
Yeah, I agree. There's also could be some mind games here because I'm not exactly sure what you think from Bunny in this position. Like you could think it's Phoenix Adept or something like that if you don't have full scouting awareness.
Yeah.
And the reactions from Phoenix Adept and Phoenix Colossus are very different. So
I would say so.
So far, like the harass has been really well too. Like this is actually just nice. Like he's not building too many Phoenixes. He's using them aggressively, but he can also use them defensively. So yeah, so far so good. I like this. Like it's very unique. You know, it's his own thing.
I really like the build as well, to be honest, because a build like this, right? This is not the hardest thing to pull off as Protoss. Like you just kind of you're macroing at home. Look, his army is very solid. He's not going to die to anything.
Right.
And then he's got this nice set of flying units. He can't lose the flying units, though. It's very important to keep those alive.
Yeah, I agree. Like the 3 Phoenixes have utilization throughout the entire game, so losing them would be very bad. I'm surprised Bunny was able to sneak this out. Like this is the whole kind of the point of the Phoenixes, just to be able to see these drops. Not doing too much, and he should be able to use the Phoenixes to clear this up now. I don't know where they are now.
So he'll go ahead and drop this off. Sees that probe kind of getting ready for an additional base. But look, the Phoenixes go chasing that medevac. Another drop towards the main base. But there is a problem with this drop, I think. And the problem is, this is something that I used to always talk about when we'd watch Marine King Prime lose. If your opponent is on 2 bases, it's really, 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 really not hard to defend 2 bases against drops.
Right.
And to keep running in with drops, it looks like he doesn't really lose too much with these drops, so good on him.
Yeah.
But if your opponent doesn't have 3-4 bases they're trying to defend, to throw away units trying to harass them when all their units are sitting within 2 feet of wherever you're going to drop is not necessarily a good plan.
Right. I agree 100%. It looks like Deer doesn't actually have any interest in taking the 3rd, too. Quite surprising, I think. I feel like usually you want to do one of these pushes with, especially when you have 900 minerals, which he had before. Like, you usually want to take it with a backup plan, but this is like going for it, you know? Yeah. If this doesn't work, this is going to be very bad for Deer.
Yeah, certainly.
But this is a very scary
army. Look at how
army.
many zealots there are. This is so funny. It's these mines that are the problem. Okay, there you go. Nice tag there. Yeah. Dealing with these mines. I'd love to see Bunny just pop them up and try to get them back, because that's the only way you're going to like stop all this tanking of these zealots.
2 bunkers here, but...
Man, but with the Guardian Shield and a billion zealots, and see what he can get done. The Colossus...
And the Phoenixes are tanking for the Colossi, so the Vikings are actually tagging Phoenixes, which is really, really good. Like, this isn't enough. This is the tickle force of Vikings, but still really nice to not have them poking at your Colossi. This fight is going really well for Deer.
Yeah, so far it certainly is. Look at that. The Vikings, though, getting on top of these Colossus now. How many SCVs has he ended up killing?
Oh, is he going to pick it up? Yeah, it looks like he's not going to lose any Colossi.
Ooh, yeah.
This is a very nice push from Deer.
Okay, so this was kind of a little bit of an old school build.
For sure.
And into just a Colossus push, which we normally never see nowadays.
Right.
But that was kind of neat. Deer reaching back into the pits of time to defeat Bunny.
I liked it, though. I felt like it was a very... it was kind of a mixture of new and old Protoss.
Yeah.
Like, an older Protoss would have done that and then gone into a macro game.
Yeah.
And just did, like, Phoenix Colossus or whatever later on.
Sure.
But this was more of, like, a newer push with Phoenixes as the base of the build.
Yeah, definitely a really cool build. Could talk about it a lot more, but unfortunately, commercial break. And then we get to see Maru against Deer.